stars, it's Rox, and I'm coming to you today with the review for Love and Hip Hop Hollywood Season 4, The Reunion Part 2. So let's get to it, shall we? Alright, you guys, so not much to talk about. Second parts of the reunions are always pretty boring, and this one was no different. Now, of course, it starts with the fight between Zell and Ray. Zell the Monster did remain true to his nickname that I've given him. What the fuck is going on here? Nothing but bitch-assness, if you ask me. Now, we didn't know exactly what happened. I mean, we knew that they had gotten into a fight, but we did not see exactly how it went down until last night, which was with Zell walking over there acting as if he was going to give him a hug, and Ray, the gay AA, completely not ready, not prepared, not realizing that he was about to get bombed on. He was sitting there kind of just like looking at him walk up like this, okay, hands down. No defense at all, because he afforded Zell the benefit of the doubt that at least the nigga would come over there and give him the old church pat fake hug and they could move on. But no, we saw that Zell the Monster he was like bow, bow, bow. He got a good few four, five punches in before security was able to get him, because I think everybody was just so shocked. And yeah, I'll tell you what, that may have been his one-way ticket off of this show, because you guys know that Mona don't play this shit. Not with people that are not her stars, and contrary to what Zell thinks, you are not the star. Once you have the person that was assaulted get to talking about suing and all of that, that is too much mess for Mona. And yeah, like, what the fuck is wrong with Zell? Like, I feel like he is out of control. It backfired on him. I mean, he thought everybody was gonna be with it, with the exception of Alexis Sky in the back room. Everybody on stage was not with it. Okay, even Coochie, like he said, you know, just sneaking up on somebody, old sneak diss, that's some lame ass shit. Nigga, square up. Don't attack somebody who clearly is not even a fighter. Okay, it was a bad look. And even though he felt pretty proud of himself during the time, I know that he had to feel some sort of, you know, cracked face and on the ground when everybody was just like, nigga, it's crazy. No, ain't nobody about to applaud that. Ain't nobody about to laugh at that. Even Alexis Sky had to back up off it, because I was like, bitch, if you want to get on this show next season, you would want to not be everybody's enemy. So she was just like, yeah, I was just kind of laughing that he was walking up to you and all that, but I hate that he hit you, even though I don't like you. Okay, whatever. But, yeah, nothing funny about that. I know he has his supporters that's always going to be there for whatever and say, oh, they was talking, you know, Ray was talking shit, but they both was talking shit. And if we really about to fight, then let's do that. And like I've told you guys plenty of times this season, that Zell the Monster, just like Masika said, is somebody who will do anything to anybody to become famous. And that was a good example right there. So, who knew that Tierra was damn Zell the Monster's cousin, though? I was like, boy, they kept that shit on the low, right? They asked Nikki, why is there so many fights and shit this season? And Nikki started to say because of the division, but she could never really get it out, because all of a sudden Nikki and Masika was into it. And I honestly did not know. I think she was trying to say that Masika was mad at Lyrica, and Masika said she's not mad at Lyrica, and then they got, you know, off track, and they got to arguing back and forth about, you know, who had a baby, you know, putting their legs up in the air, and another one with a botched body, and, you know, somebody living like a struggle. And I was just like, when Masika said that her body was fucked up, I said, girl. Now, I know we done said a lot about Nikki's body, but Masika ain't got no room to speak. I said, girl, that must have just came out on accident, because sometimes you know, you be talking about people, but you don't want to bring out shit that you know you fucked up with too. So I was just like, I don't know. But they all got to arguing, and I couldn't really understand whatever. Y'all explained to me down in the comments what they was doing that. I'm just tired of all the yelling over each other and trying to get the biggest read and who could be, you know, the clap back the best. And child, that's for the kids. I know y'all enjoy that. Brooke and Marcus. I was mad that Nina did not call him out about the paralegal. Okay? Because even with everything else that's happened this season, nobody seems to remember that was the cause of the entire season. All right? And Nina's usually good about calling shit like that out. So I was annoyed that because that's all you had to bring up originally, and then Brooke kind of would have been let off the hook. But whatever. Brooke says that she's celibate, okay? And not only has she not slept with Marcus, you know, they prayed about it, and, you know, I was like, well, then that means that he would be your soulmate. You prayed about it, and y'all, you know, was on the same page, and, you know, Anyway, y'all. Oh, I think she did say he was her soulmate, and then Booby was her life partner, or was it the other way? I think. Anyway, getting back on track, she ain't had sex with Marcus or Booby this whole season, okay? Contrary to what the promiscuous light that she has been put in for this whole season, no, she ain't out there like that. What y'all think about that statement? I mean, you know, why motherfuckers gotta lie? I believe it. I mean, but she didn't really present herself like that. I mean, how easy or hard would it have been to say in the season that I'm celibate and I'm not having sex with you? But you know, I guess she had to play up with it. She said her first time kissing Booby was on the show. Maybe so. I thought it was really funny that Keisha Cole was being over there, you know, kind of low-key shady, like, girl, that seemed like it was a whole much more passion than just a little smooch for the first time. I mean, Marcus, I ain't never seen her kiss you like that. I guess Keisha was just like, quit the bullshit. And like, you obviously are interested in Booby. You don't really know what you want to do, but you know, you seem to have a little bit more with Booby. I mean, we have all seen the chemistry with her and Booby. I still don't really understand what the problem. Well, I think the problem is she probably kind of realizes that Booby is not ready. Booby is not ready to settle down. Booby's still out there. Booby's still out there. Don't let me remind you that he done fucked on Hazley, Bridget. And you know, Bridget will say they didn't, but you know, Bridget and you know, this whole thing with Brooke, and that's just the people that we know about. I don't think that he's ready. I don't know what to call Brooke and Marcus, because you know, Marcus seems to feel a little salty about, because I guess he didn't watch the episode, didn't watch all season, and hadn't known that they kissed. I don't know what to make of their relationship. So Brooke and Marcus, I guess they're still together. Booby and Brooke, they supposedly just friends, and I still don't know that. As far as Bridget and Booby, though, they was just friends, you know, fuck partners, you know, just had good time in Catalina, even though Bridget will have you believe that, you know, nothing happened, or if anything did happen, that she was single at the time. When they asked James how he felt about it, and he said that he felt like he dodged a bullet, and she was very offended and hurt by that. I'm just thinking to myself, like, Bridget is another one who has let the image of her show that she is a hoe. And side note, I've been called out a little bit about me calling her a hoe and saying that I'm slut shaming her because a girl should be able to do whatever they want to do with their body. And my answer to that is this: if you are a single woman and you are out there living your life and you choose to sleep with whoever you want to, then that is perfectly fine with me. I have no problem with women being out there and sleeping around as long as they safe and they know that they protecting themselves. Then that's fine. Do what you got to do. The problem that comes in for me is when you are in a committed relationship. Now, you was with James. Okay, you was crying to him, talking about where we going with this, and you know, wanting a bigger commitment from him, yet and still you continuously are cheating. Break up with somebody and then do what you want to do. But if you are in a relationship with somebody, yes, that is hoish behavior. So I don't want people to get into this whole Roxanne, you slut shaming people. That is not what I'm about. I'm all about the women's liberation. Bitch, get it when you can, okay? But just be unhitched to somebody. How hard is that to be? So Bridget, to me, she says that she's not gonna never cry over James no more. It's too bad that their relationship came to an end from this reality show, but it seemed like it was on very shaky ground to begin with. And we all know from reality shows that once you get on a show and if your shit ain't rock solid, it's gonna fall apart. Even when the shit is rock solid, it'd be real shaky. So, hey, James and Bridget, they are no more. Bridget and Booby, it ain't happening. Brooke and Marcus, I couldn't tell you one way or the other. Now, T, this relationship with Cisco, it was some bullshit. The nigga is still crazy when she is talking about how she felt like, you know, outside influences kind of messed up their relationship as well. And Moniece just kind of weighed in on how she felt about the whole thing, how she ended up getting into it with Cisco. Then Cisco gonna tell us that, you know, we are witnessing the biggest bullshit artist, okay, Moniece Slaughter. And then all of a sudden, Moniece and Cisco got into it. You know, she's a piece of garbage. He got fired from New York. Richie snuffed him out. You know, he told her that Richie snuffed her out. And then suddenly, he couldn't take it no longer. Okay, we got the old creep squad, AAW, the administrator of ass whoopings. Okay, he reared his ugly face and jumped up like he was about to do something. I'm just like, what are you about to do? This girl is out there in the audience. She this little small woman. What are you about to do, Cisco? So they was like, nigga, sit down. Okay, because what, you gonna throw a pillow at her or what? What you fixing to do? Sit down. Okay, so then he sits down. He turns his anger to Nikki. All right, and makes it seem like those two had a relationship together. And she was just like, we were always friends. Okay, we hung out a few times, but it was never nothing more serious about that. Evidently, Tierra did not know that. And maybe there may have been some interest on either one of their parts, but it didn't seem like it went further. He tried to make it seem like it did, though, at first. And that's why I was just like, this nigga is just, he a fuck nigga. Because call it what it was. Okay, we thought maybe we would try something. It didn't work out. We just was friends. That's what he eventually said. But at first, he was trying to make it seem like they was fucking on the low and didn't never tell Tierra. So I was just like, I can't with the AAW. I can't with the AAW. As far as Tierra's friendships with Moniece and Nikki and all them, Tierra's salty. I told you guys before that the reason why she had such an attitude is because she felt like she was used as a storyline on this show. And see, that's the side effect of being on a reality show, right? It's bittersweet. Okay, you get to be on a show and you get to be famous, but then people learn your business, and maybe some of the business that you really was trying to keep under wraps. Now, I don't know whether or not the girl was an alcoholic or not, but evidently she had some shit that she needed to come to fruition. She had to come to grips with while she was at intervention at the camp or whatever the rehabilitation center was. So maybe it rehabilitated everything within Tierra, okay? Her soul, her thinking. She says she's in a better place. Isn't that what they all say? Okay, but she's got her album coming out in January. She's got her song Uber coming out in November. I was like, girl, you just go use that. I mean, I guess use it for whatever you can, right? And she's in the studio, she's working out, and hell, she don't do no drinking. Okay, she don't even hold a fucking tumbler in her hand because motherfuckers see her with a tumbler and they think she got 4 Loco in there, some shit. She was just like, I don't need nobody else talking bad on me. She just was like, they not really my real friends, without her saying that. And they was trying to say that they didn't have her contact information. Even if she did not give it to them, it couldn't have been that hard to get it. It couldn't have been. So I'm not gonna roll with that. Okay, if you did really want to be there and support her like that, then get the number. That's it. Now, Chanel West Coast, y'all, I'm just like, I couldn't even get past the Botox face. I said, girl, what did you done did to your face? It looks swollen. That child looked like she was 20 pounds heavier the whole time, when she... I said, girl, you look weird. Okay, but anyway, she apologizes to Diamonds and Pearls for, seeming Hollywood when... he wasn't shit, she wasn't shit, but I guess she was on a higher level of shit than he was on. So she apologizes because she said she, didn't mean for it to be like that. And yeah, side note again, y'all, Diamonds and Pearls. We have to keep our eye on Diamonds and Pearls. See, Diamonds and Pearls has been likable up until this point because he's been pretty much humble. Now that he's had these hits kind of under his belt and seems to be, like they said, this A-list producer, engineer, master, all of that. This is the part where our character is really tested. And he deserves to be able to gloat a little bit and shine and be proud of his accomplishments and all of that. But it's a real slippery slope. We don't want him to get big-headed and get to that point where he just so, because then it's going to be like, I don't like to see you. And the reason why we like him is because he was like the underdog and he was on this show, and very rarely do you see people that really have for real bona fide hits with these huge artists like Chris Brown and Ty Dolla $ign and all of that. So we want that for him, okay? But I just don't want him to fuck it up and make his personality be so unlikable because all of a sudden he think he done made it. What y'all think about that? Anyway, him and Lyrica, they fine. Okay, is she jealous about the other girls? No. She just was like, he just don't have time for all of that shit. He trying to do all of that, and we on tour, and he about to go on tour, and he don't have time for that. And then these bitches be sliding up in his DMs, okay? And half of them don't be having talent. Another side note, didn't they try to make it seem like she was talking about Chanel West Coast? Wasn't even talking about, I said, Mona, bitch, you always trying it. But she was like, I'm not jealous of no other woman. What for? I got it on lock. I'm just telling him he needs to be focused. Now, he tries to act like I'm all jealous, but you best believe it's a bunch of rappers that want to work with me, and he makes me turn them down because Basically what they were saying is, let's stay on the focus. Now, if we got big artists that are working with us now, why would we backpedal? No, we need to continue working with big artists. Okay, so if it's a big artist, then yes, you can take the attention and the focus and put it on them. Okay, if it's these all little local niggas that want to get on, then no, we ain't got time for it. So they fine, y'all. They good, and I'm sure they'll be back next season. Then we see Keisha Cole's performance, and the name of the song is Incapable. The first line is, "It's time to grow up." I was like, I really like this new Keisha Cole. We like Keisha Cole because Keisha Cole is super relatable. She's kept her life so open that we've just been able to just learn everything and kind of watch her grow. Okay, she was on the Breakfast Club this morning. It's just refreshing to hear. She not, you know, we ain't never got it all figured out. But when you know that you are on the way to getting it all figured out, and when you are open to learning more about yourself and the people around you, that's all we can ask for as we get older, you guys. She's a hood girl, and you know, some of the ways about Keisha Cole is just always gonna be that way. But I just like her. So good for her. Okay, and it was funny the way they kept on putting the camera on Booby. Like, I was like, nigga, for just on GP, you need to squeeze out a little tear or something, nigga. You know that song all about your ass. And then lastly, you guys, we get a dedication to Safari. You guys know he's leaving. He's going to Love and Hip Hop New York. That little dedication that they did should let you know that Mona really, really likes Safari. She don't do that for nobody. I mean, we saw Richie jump over from New York to LA, and now Cisco. She ain't never did these kind of montages. Now, I know they didn't really leave the other franchise, but still, something tells me that Mona really likes Safari. And you know, when they wanted to get some few words from him and he got emotional, I was like, verklipped, you guys. I was just like, oh, you know. And at first I thought he was playing, then I realized that no, he's not playing. He's serious, because even though he didn't say it on the show, I feel like Love and Hip Hop probably helped him get back on his own feet as far as him being Safari and not Nicki Minaj's boyfriend. Now, he's always going to be known for that, but now he's known for a little bit more, and people actually like him. And when you have lived in the shadow of a big star like a Nicki Minaj, I guess it's hard to gain your own, you know, what's this, y'all? Y'all know what that is? You got to get it back. So I'm sure that this show has helped him. Even though we call these shows bullshit shows, I think it was, you know, therapeutic in him being on this show and just being able to get back to his regular joking self. And he did thank everybody and say he would miss everybody. Y'all was just like, oh, poor little Safari, bless his heart. But yeah, that was it, you guys. That was a wrap on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood Season 4. Alright, you guys, let me get off of here. I gotta get old Foxy washed. It ain't gonna rain for like another week, so I think I'm gonna take my top off and enjoy the cool weather that we have, y'all. Anyway, gotta go. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is for itsrox, and everything else I do be in the bottom bar. Alright. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.